Hey, Internets! It's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. We are here talking about Star Trek Discovery, Season 2, Episode 10, The Red Angel. Alright, in which we learn who the Red Angel is.
Yes.
And kudos go to commenter Stress-Free K.
Yes.
Who just, after the last episode, so, earlier this week,
Yes.
made a comment. I think it's Burnham's parents. Boom! Knocked it out of the park, Stress-Free K.
I think I'd rather believe that he's in the production.
Oh, okay.
And is cheating.
Stress-Free K is actually Anson Mount. He's actually been writing into the show. Awesome.
I'm brilliant!
I'm brilliant. Speaking of which, I guess we should mention that he is not picked up for Season 3.
No.
Which isn't surprising.
Neither is Rebecca Romaine Stamos, but she's barely in it.
Right. And so I have a feeling, well, if I were to guess in the last 4 episodes, there will be a Enterprise comes back to help out. And she'll either be running the thing or she'll be in it again. I think she's in one more episode.
I would assume.
If I had to guess. There'll be an Enterprise Discovery combo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was some talk of Anson Mount apparently having some trouble on set at some point.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Like some kind of physical altercation.
Ooh.
But anyway, I don't know that. I think the idea is he wasn't going to be on Discovery next year, so why would he be back?
Yeah.
So anyway, but
that's not good.
Who knows all the reasoning behind it? But it seems like he's not the Discovery's captain.
No, he's not.
So they will have a new. Maybe it'll be Saru. Saru will finally get to captain the ship. No, bring in another human. Humans only. Okay. Anyway, that aside, we begin this episode with the funeral for Areum. We end the episode with Burnham seeing the Red Angel then saying, "Mom," because we assume she's not lying.
Yes. I wanted to be like,
I call her Mom, but she's
I'm
actually...
you, just really old.
Yeah. Right. It turns out her mom was on The Wire.
Yeah.
It was
Kima.
one of the best shows of all time.
Sure.
No. Yeah, so Kima from The Wire is
one
Burnham's
of the best
mom.
shows on time.
Pretty cool. No, I agree. I'm not... yes.
You said no.
Well, good point. I was saying, I don't think she thinks of her as the character from The Wire.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a crossover show. Baltimore, and then it goes into... okay, so the funeral for Areum, very somber. Everybody has their spiel. It's effective. It seems like it would be more effective if it was a person that we knew more about, like if it was a crew member of weight. It seems like they kind of just pushed along this. Areum's important. She's dead, and now we're all mourning for I don't know. What did you think out of it? Did you?
I was fine with it.
Okay.
I wish they had done. All the things that we saw in there, I wish we'd seen, episodes back. I wouldn't have had a problem with that if they just had little scene where she's like going through my memories, and sitting around in the little cafeteria there talking to her buddies. I wouldn't have had a problem with that, and that would have been nice.
To that end, the one of the speeches, the one that I thought, that would have made a cool scene in the past, was the Detmer one. Detmer is the one with the augment. She's I had a talk with her, and I thought everything was going to change because I had this. Right. I had to get this new augmentation for my eye, and she told me that no, actually, life is it's a new chance to be new. I was like, oh wow, that was a nice little connection you made there that we didn't get to see, but
it would have felt like. What I would have liked and been okay with, maybe other people would have been frustrated. Like, boy, here in another episode we have a scene with her that you don't know where it's going. In fact, a number of episodes where it's just so, and then it would have been, that's what they were setting us up for. I just started to love her.
Oh, Areum. They did do. I had mentioned that I hoped that before they jettisoned her in outer space, they would delete her memories. They did that.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's like, hey, look. Thing that can destroy humanity, we'll just put you adrift for whoever to find you.
Yeah, you're dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh wait, she's a robot. Oh crap! All right. So Yes, very touching stuff.
And apparently, the actress from the first season, or who knows how many episodes this season, is the one who, she's still on the show. She just doesn't have any makeup on.
So you're saying, okay, so, right, we see a scene where Areum's replacement, I think her name is Nielsen in the show. Her character is like, whatever, whatever. Ensign Nielsen.
Yeah.
She comes onto the bridge. It's kind of a moment of like, it's the Areum replacement.
Yeah.
But you're saying she played Areum?
Yes.
Back in the day, in the first season?
Yes.
Okay.
I wonder if she did it a number of times this season too, or like if they just did last episode to recast her because
they're like, you can just keep.
Yeah.
Here, what we did is we cast for places on the bridge. Yeah. So since you stand there, you have to be the same for. So that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Doug Jones apparently actually did sing the song that he it looks like he's singing in the funeral. It's kind of interesting. So we move on from the funeral to some big news, which is they're having the board meeting. What do we do about this angel? What do we know? And
then a favorite person in the world comes in.
Yep, just interrupts the thing.
Although it brings up a good point, The
doors?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd knock, but they just open when I... Good point.
You think, if you're in there, this is an important meeting. Come on. And then people just bump into the door.
Right, everybody just runs into the door like, half the time it doesn't work. You start getting gun shy about it. She stumbles in and is like, hey... I was going through Areum's deleted memory files, and I found this one about Project Daedalus. Not only is there a big, there's a picture of the Red Angel associated with it, but there's a neural scan showing who the Red Angel is, and by the way, it's you, Michael Burnham.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody's shocked. Dun, 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 dun. Right. Oh, one thing I did, just going back to the funeral for a second, but I was kind of waiting for it because they kept doing several people, and it did remind me of the end of Wrath of Khan. But, I was waiting for either a bagpipe or of all the souls I've known.
Yeah.
This was the most... I didn't get the choked up human because it would have worked for her, right?
You're right.
Areum was the most human.
All the machines I've known, hers was the most human.
Until Data comes along.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, sorry. All right, so, yes, supposedly the Red Angel is Michael. And I have a little problem with this in terms of rectifying it, which I'm going to have a theory.
He does.
And he's going to laugh at it.
I will.
So it'll be great. Okay, so just in case the audience is like, is it actually Michael? They confirm it like a next scene later, which is they've got Culber going, oh, yes, I looked at those scans and I agree.
Yes.
It's definitely Michael Burnham.
Yes, there's no way. No way.
If somebody wanted to try to copy it, they could try.
Yes, they could.
But there are little cheats that you can't replicate certain things in the brain.
Never.
And so it's impossible.
Technology will never be able to replicate those cheats.
Could not be Michael Burnham.
Certainly not in the future.
All right, so they're very... they did it with two different characters.
Yes, true.
Two different characters that are the science characters.
Yes, that's right.
It's not just like, I heard from a guy.
Yeah. No.
The show is telling you it's Michael Burnham.
Yeah, just in case...
And so then when it's not Michael Burnham, that, in my opinion, is a problem. But, okay, so we'll get there. Okay, so we get backstory on the death of Burnham's parents. Obviously, it's going to become important because their mom's going to show up at the end. Kima from The Wire is going to show up. So we find out that her parents actually worked for Section 31. Section 31... through her parents, were working on a time travel project, which is this project. Project Daedalus was being worked on by Michael Burnham's parents. It was like they were worried the Klingons were going to come up with time travel first.
Yeah.
Although it's like, if they ever come up with time travel, then they could just go back in time to before. I mean, like, in other words, do you stop the Klingons from using time travel if you come up with time travel first? Is that how this works? Do you keep showing up right at the moment when the Klingon is about to create time travel? Like, stop it! Break his stuff!
Yeah.
You're like, oh, damn it. All right. I guess they discovered it first.
Yeah, right. Yeah. How does a war like that work?
Yeah.
Like, let's go back a day before to undo what they did.
Like, oh! So, yes. And so part of this was they created this suit. They could do time travel. And it needed a time crystal. Not a big fan of that verbiage, but apparently that was earlier. Harry Mudd had a time crystal, but I don't know. Just call it something else. It's like unobtainium almost or something,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, it's a chronosphere. We can only find them in. I don't know.
That sounds good.
It doesn't sound
Actually,
like
it sounds better since it's not English.
Yeah, right. Time crystal. The other thing that was an interesting little, they threw it in, and I wondered, is that going to pay off at some point? Leland is telling Michael. Michael demands to know more about what's happening, and so he's like, "Fine, I'll tell you." So he says, "Oh yeah, your parents were really interested in how cultures can jump up technologically.
Oh yeah,
and that they thought it was through time travel." And so I was like, "Oh, that's an interesting thing to just throw in there."
Yeah. Right, I just assumed that somebody came along and said, "Here, have some technology."
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of what they're insinuating, is that maybe this is how technological leaps happen within the Star Trek universe. Even I don't know, but I don't know. It's weird they threw that. They could have mentioned anything there, right?
Sure.
They could have been like, "Oh, they were just working on this project, and we told them to do it," and they said like, "No, they were interested in technological leaps." Kind of like the one we've done here on this show. All right, anyway. So, so the parents were working Section 31. They created the suit. There was a time crystal available on the black market. And so Leland went and stole it. He had his agents steal it, but it was tracked by the Klingons who wanted it for themselves, their own project. And in getting to the time crystal, I guess parents didn't want to give it up, probably, so
they just killed him anyway, just to cover up what they took.
And then the Klingons got the time crystal, and they created time travel first, and the whole world was destroyed. No, okay, no.
They're like, let's have more, less English speaking.
To that end, I wonder. So we don't know what happened in that moment. When we assume the Klingons showed up and killed them off.
Yes.
But now that we know that Mom is in the suit. Did Mom stick the time crystal in the suit and take off?
I'm assuming it's before she gets killed. So, let me do these experiments. Boom, 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 boom.
And then she comes back at some point to exactly where she was.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, never mind. I'll just put this in the closet and we'll go to dinner."
Yeah.
Oh, no, the Klingons!
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I assume.
Okay.
I mean, she might even know now, since she has to see what the future is.
That's the thing. She could just go back a day, right? She could go back and be like, "Hey, we should probably move from the planet. Why don't we leave here? Because I think Klingons are on the way." I don't know. Yeah? No?
Well, unless you think that needs to happen for other things to happen.
Oh, she's like, I had to die in order for Michael to feel horrible.
Yes.
And take it upon herself to save the world.
Yes.
I couldn't just tell.
It's like, it'll be okay. I just go in the future and fix it.
There's no other way. Okay, so that's obviously unclear, but basically Leland takes it upon. It's like, I killed your parents, and so Michael's like, you killed my parents, and she punches him twice. And he takes it. My thought on this though is he didn't pull a trigger on them. They were in Section 31. They're in an espionage organization working, I assume, voluntarily for cash or something. I don't know. Part of their job?
Well, I mean,
whatever it is. But they're not
they're a paramilitary organization, I shouldn't say para. They're a military that does stuff that's, under the books or whatever.
Right. No, my point being, I don't know that they were forced to do it. They're
right.
Like, yeah, we'll help. We want to work on time
Maybe they were assigned to do it, but, in a way that's the government.
Yeah. So he did he made a choice to try to get this time crystal the best way he could. Apparently they're pretty rare. He got tracked and the Klingons killed him. That seems like, as much as obviously you'd rather it not happen, it's part of the job.
Yeah.
Part of the dangers of the job when you're working for under the books kind of organization. Anyway, so it seemed a little harsh to be like, you killed him. It was you. I'm like, well, okay. Anyway, all right. So they're trying very hard to make us not hate Leland, I think.
Yes.
Like, first of all, he takes the punches. He's like, I feel so bad. I know your pain. Then there's the moment where he's working with Saru.
Yes.
Saru. I don't know where to put the accent.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, did Pike send you here to spy on me? And Saru's like, well, actually, I just want to be able to trust the people I work with. I just want to get a look at you for myself. All right, what do you see? Well, you actually are pretty trustworthy. Like, he goes, you're holding some secrets, but generally, yes, I think you would act in the best interest of a crew. Audience. I mean, that's kind of what that was, right? As Saru says that in that moment, we're like, okay, we believe what his instincts.
Right. Well, yes. I mean, for me, to change slightly what you said, I think he was... he completely owned up that it was what he wanted to do because he did want to see him. So it's not so much, I was very suspicious of you.
Yeah, right. But I mean,
and he has actually a characteristic of being, because he wasn't Michael's best friend after she did that thing. So after she betrayed, Georgiou, he was very, Oh,
no, I'm not. This is not a reflection on Saru at all.
No, I know. I'm just saying that
Leland.
I think he's basically saying that, no, I wanted to do it because I get suspicious about people and I
don't trust you, but now I trust you. I mean, kind of what he says, I think.
That's the basic. Well, I trust you to do the right thing.
Yeah. Which
I think you're holding,
I almost prefer.
And two, I think, I felt like even when you said it, you could probably find some women. Oh, it's the right thing.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
It kills them, though.
He also has a thing where he talks to Pike. When he arrives on the ship, Leland talks to Pike. He's like, look, I'm really sorry about the loss of your crew. They're trying to make him a little less of a dick, basically.
Yeah.
And I almost kind of prefer him to be more of a dick.
Well, I mean, I feel like part of the reason why that is if he having those things in his eyes, and I think it's probably going to affect his brain and make him do things that he shouldn't be doing.
Control sticks a needle in his eye. I don't think he's dead. He could be dead, but probably not. I think it's an injury that didn't go all the way through into his brain or something so he's probably going to be possessed.
So if he is a dick
now, maybe Saru will see him now and be like, that's not the same guy. Yeah. He's been overtaken by Control.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, certainly for the audience, I'm like, well, he was a dick before, and now he's still a dick. You want to have something. Whoa, I was just starting to think he was a normal person, and now he's not acting normal. Now he's just acting like a jerk. At least the audience knows that he's not just a jerk.
You got to think of Control is a dick, really. I mean, because those retinal scans, for instance.
Yes.
I can guarantee you that they didn't come built with a needle that would shoot into your eye.
No, probably not.
So Control had to be like, wait, when people do retinal scans, I'll create a needle, stick it back here, and then it'll inject into their eye. That's how, you could come up with a lot of different ways of controlling people. You're like, no. I'm going to do the retinal scan needle in the eye trick. It's like, oh, man, damn you, AI. All right, anyway. All right, so.
Certainly, I mean, they've demonstrated their abilities to change things,
Oh, yeah, it's physically. Not that they can't. I'm just saying it's just a dick move.
Yes, it's a dick move.
So that's the cliffhanger in some ways. We just have the thing of it's Burnham's mom is the Red Angel, but also Control has now taken over for Leland, is imitating his voice. I don't know where that's going exactly, but maybe Control wants to get the suit because one of the through lines on this whole episode was, when the Red Angel shows up, we have to make sure we close the wormhole that she creates so that the AI can't come through. Their guess is that the AI is following the Red Angel whenever she makes wormholes. Okay, so maybe the AI is trying to get the suit technology so that it doesn't have to follow the Red Angel through wormholes. Perhaps maybe that's the idea. I don't know.
It could be.
So yeah, generally speaking, that's okay. So then it's the plan. The plan is suspect.
Yes.
Here's how we're going to trap you, Michael Burnham, future Michael Burnham. We're going to threaten to kill really severely present Michael Burnham, and that'll make future Michael Burnham show up and save your ass because it seems like she's been saving you.
Yes.
You've been saving yourself a couple other times.
Yeah. The people, the screenwriters for the show have watched a lot of Superman.
Oh, yeah? In what way?
Well, because, like, I suspect, I'm Lois Lane, I suspect you're Clark Kent. Oh, let me just jump out of this window.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. All right, first of all, it occurred to me that if they had been right, and if Red Angel was Michael Burnham, you're talking to Michael Burnham, telling Michael Burnham a plan that future Michael Burnham is going to know because you're telling it to Michael Burnham. So by saying, hey, present Michael Burnham, we're going to put you in a chair and then, decompress you or keep you until you suffocate. We'll come back and resuscitate you. But in the meantime, future you will show up.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay. But wouldn't future Michael Burnham know this plan and so be like, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
They'll bring me back. I'm fine. Anyway, it's a little weird. A little odd.
Yeah.
But okay. And so also the plan is just like there are ways of putting someone into a near-death state that seem to be less invasive or less horrible than sitting. I mean, her screams are pretty.
Yes.
But she's like,
well, they make
like she can't breathe. Like
they make a point of saying that it should be painful.
Do they make that point?
Yeah, painful. Okay. They say that it should be painful.
'Cause I was just thinking, put her on a gurney. Do like almost like you're doing on the execution, like a chemical one or something.
I mean, what I assume is that what I was assuming in order to make sense of it when I was watching it was that they need it to feel like it's a danger to her. So if they put her to sleep,
it's not a danger.
Yeah, I mean, all of it is predicated on somehow she's able to know in the future when she's in danger. And if it's not memory, where she would...
That's what I assumed it was memory.
But...
it was that time with the thing,
it's some kind of
time with the other thing.
Pain threshold that she's going through or whatever that's causing it to happen. I don't know.
Now that we know it's her mom,
yes.
There must be more than just memory. Or maybe it could be that she's telling her mom somehow. Like, there are these 8 occasions that you need to show up and save me.
Yeah, or at some point she gets, access to the, logs.
Yeah. But anyway, it was a poorly constructed death trap, I guess. Plus the idea that you had to then everyone had to be, because of the conditions, you couldn't have somebody just standing right next to her ready to resuscitate her if they needed to. It was like, oh, we're behind the blast screens and we have to I don't know.
Someone there next to her suffocating.
It was a plan that only works in a script, basically. Like, the script says it works, so it'll work. Great. Also, we see Spock then when the plan's not working. They're like, all right, fine, screw it.
Yeah.
He's like, no! She's got to die. Breaking the law.
Yes, right.
So there's a lot of lawbreakers, a lot of rule breaking that goes on without a whole lot of ramifications.
Yes. Yeah, they don't seem to have a very high respect for the, line of command.
Like, for instance, it's fine if Burnham wants to punch Leland twice in the face, fine. She can do it.
Yeah.
She's probably going to get some repercussions for, punching out a superior officer, I would guess.
Well, unless you killed their family.
But he didn't. That's kind of my point. All right.
Well, no, you think he did.
Okay, all right. So,
and I think he didn't necessarily.
Like with Spock.
But they established that he was responsible, and he took responsibility.
Spock has now held the crew at gunpoint.
Yes.
And it worked out. But it's like, just because the ends don't justify the means, I guess is my point.
Oh, yeah.
It should anyway.
No, there are a number of times when somebody has disobeyed an order, and even though it worked out okay, they say, no, you're going to get
Right. You didn't know at the time. You took a chance.
Right.
The chance paid out. But if they hadn't paid out...
And all the time that people are like, oh, well, we'll take the court-martial, whatever. But it's nice that they don't have to. I appreciate
He's off the show. He's off the show for a few weeks because he's in jail. So there is also the conversation that Michael Burnham has with Spock, kind of a meeting of the minds moment. She's getting out her aggressions on the dummy, and he comes in and...
Yeah, that was
It's a little weird. His turn of... He suddenly... Because he's been pretty harsh on her for...
Yes.
Since they found each other again.
Yes.
And then in this moment, he decided all right, enough of being harsh on you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I didn't see that turn necessarily, or what was the motivation for that turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's nicer to her. She then apologizes to him.
Yes.
Which, maybe a dual apology might have been nice, where he could apologize back to her to be like, I've been kind of hard on you. But I did see, his point is that you charge around and try to save the world, the universe, even though it's outside your control.
Yes.
And that's your profile.
Yes.
That was a nice moment. I did like the bit where he's like,
Yeah.
if it's a profile of someone who would go around the universe trying to change things she can't change. Well, thanks.
Thanks for calling me out in public.
Thanks for telling the group.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like that moment.
What did you think about the other Tilly moment? Not
the other Tilly moment. What was that?
Yes.
What was that? That was pretty good.
Yeah, that worked.
It was the proper reaction to Giorgio essentially flirting with Stamets, telling him that, oh, you mirror you and I had a lot of sex.
Yeah.
Anyway, enjoy, everybody.
Yeah.
Ew. What? So, all right. So here we go.
Oh, and also, your Giorgio buddy told her to shut up. You must love that.
I did. When she was like, yeah, stop talking. I was like, oh, yay. Giorgio knows. One thing that I'd forgotten to mention a few episodes back that I thought was a little interesting was that we'd learned a little piece of info, but it's not that relevant, but it's interesting, that Giorgio in the mirror, Mirror Giorgio,
yes,
blew up until Oceans.
Yeah.
In the mirror. She's like, yeah, I didn't trust him.
Yeah.
Boom. You're gone.
Yeah, they tried it on me. No.
Yeah. Nope. Talos 4 does not exist. Back on my side of things. Okay, anyway.
Can't imagine that took so much dynamite.
Yeah. All right, so how do we rectify the fact that they said the whole show, oh, yep, Red Angel is you, Michael Burnham, and yet Mom shows up.
Yes.
All right, wait. Okay, I'll do this first, and then I have another thing about the Red Angel.
Oh, here's the theory.
It's more of a question.
Theory.
So maybe the theory here is,
Theory.
because there are some things that are still not completely understandable when it comes to the Red Angel.
Thin at one end, big at the middle.
The Red Angel shows up, at the church during World War III on Earth, and then bamfs it across the universe over to New Eden. Which, by the way, that technology, I'm not sure where that's coming from either. That seems to be outside the prerogative of Project Daedalus' suit. Also, the fact that the Red Angel can show up on Kaminar and totally incapacitate the Baul weaponry, again, seems outside the purview of the time crystal, and I don't know what that's all about. So that's kind of its own issue. I don't actually have an answer to that, perhaps, except that future tech. But the fact that there are some moments when Michael is getting saved, but there are some moments that are not connected to Michael.
Correct.
It seems like. So maybe the mom. We'll start with your premise that the mom started using the suit in the past.
Yes.
Hey, this is working now. I have a time crystal, and she starts doing this thing now. Maybe she tested. I don't know. I just came up with this as we speak.
That's
so
what I was
this is
thinking.
going to be. Probably completely wrong, but maybe the New Eden thing was an experiment to her of that time travel.
That's what I
thing.
thought.
She's like, oh, I wonder about time travel if it affects societies. I'll just move this over and see what happens. Anyway, so that was her.
Yeah, and it happened quite a while ago because that civilization existed for a long time.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, this happened when I was a girl. No, it was much longer ago than that.
Good point. Yes. So in other words, at least some of these Red Angel things are certainly the mom, we'll say. But I have a feeling that perhaps some of the Red Angel things are Michael Burnham. And maybe this moment in time when the mom gets trapped, they trap the mom there. That's the whole point, is we're going to trap the Red Angel, and then we can need the Red Angel to work for us. And so they've worked the system, and then she shows up to save Michael Burnham and shoots a beam into her chest and saves her from dying. Oh, captured the Red Angel, got her. Well, now Michael has that tech. Now she can actually use the Red Angel thing. So in other words, Michael now gets in the suit, and now she's like, oh, I got to save myself when I'm a kid. Oh, I got to save myself in the thing. In other words, this is the moment in time when Michael got access to the suit. And so she starts using it. But there are other moments in time when the mom was using the suit independent of Michael Burnham. Hence, the people are not wrong when they're like, it's you! You are the person in the suit. She is the person in the suit, but there are also other instances where the mom was using the suit first. Maybe? No?
If that's the case, I think then they have even more explaining to do than they already have before.
Oh, I think they got more explaining to do. I think there's more of that coming.
You know, because they
got 4 episodes left.
Because most of what that involved is I'm at a point, a different time, going there to save Michael. So, you know, showing more than one of that, I think, would be bad TV.
Yeah. Okay.
And, you know, it's not Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where, remember to do that in time so it's here for me. Oh, there it is!
Yeah,
you know,
there's a bit of that.
You know, if it's Kima and it's already happened and you don't have to experience it again, it's already happened. I just feel like it's
bad TV to do such a misdirect as to be like, it's certainly you. It is Michael Burnham 100%. Oh, it's not Michael Burnham. Just for a shot, just to give us shock value. I mean, like, I don't know. It just feels wrong. It just feels like bad writing.
Right.
But
I guess it's possible what they could have done, at least until I've thought about it even more, is Spock's revelation could have just been, oh, your life is in danger. So you wouldn't have to say that, oh, who's the person who's saving it? Is it me? You wouldn't need that. All you need to know is they only come when you're in danger. Mm-hmm. So then you can have the stupid plan of putting your life in danger. And then, how are we going to find out who it is? You have to
say it's Michael. Agreed. So they took the extra step of like, nope, it's certainly you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I think in some way there has to be some version of these fact patterns.
I think they'll hand wave to say that, oh, somehow people in the same family have similar brain waves.
All right.
Her parents are dead. She's got no other family. We know it's not, it's not Saru, So
we in Presence Elimination.
So it's got to be Michael.
Sure. We were pretty sure. They didn't say we were pretty sure. All right, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't established whether or not brainwaves are like fingerprints at all. And, of course, there are actually probably fingerprints.
Like that. I mean, the way Culber was talking, he's like, oh, there's no way you can fake this, and there's no way this could be anybody but Michael. I mean, like, he was pretty sure.
But, the thing, fingerprints are different than, I was going to say different than, I don't know that there's a genetic pattern in how fingerprints created. Maybe there is. But that's how I think they're going to say it. Because they're related, then, and we thought this person's dead, then that's not why we,
Yeah, that's not satisfying to me, but fine. All right.
That's what I said.
If they're going to just gloss over it with a couple of lines, be it. Okay. I just feel like I'm not saying 100% here, but I'm probably like 65% chance that there's more to the story and that somehow Michael is involved as the Red Angel.
Wow.
So, okay.
Well, good luck. We'll
find out.
It'll be like a contortionist.
Let us know in the comments. I'm an idiot.
Contortionist just to get to that one. Okay. Boy.
All right. So be it. Anyway, that's what we got for Red Angel.
Yeah.
Any other? You're good?
That I can think of.
Okay.
Well, I guess we could talk about. I guess we already did the heart-to-heart between Spock and.
Yeah, where he's like,
Michael.
You were a child.
Yes.
Like, he finally forgives her for being a kid. You're like...
Finally!
You're like, she was a kid. Yep.
Just like the other times you were mad at her.
Right.
She's a kid
you
this time, too.
You could have used that same logic for those moments as this one. Anyway. All right, so there we go, everybody. We will see you
we didn't talk about the further adventures of Stamets and Culber.
Oh, okay. So... Culber goes to talk to Cornwell because she used to be a therapist.
Yes.
They don't have a therapist on board, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he was a therapist. Maybe it was like Culber was the guy. And so he's like, what should I do? Stamets still loves me, but I don't know that I love him. I remember loving him, but I don't feel I'm not that guy anymore. And her response to him is like, love is a choice. You can choose to love many times. So basically, I think it's like, hey, why don't you see if you fall in love with him again? I think it's kind of the way it.
That could be interpreted that way.
And so he tries to reach out.
Yeah.
Right before their mission.
Yeah, right before their mission.
By the way, I don't know if you want to talk. And it's a good line by Stamets. He's like, now's not the time.
And then he says,
it may never ever be the time. But, yeah. So they will be the time. They're gonna reconnect.
Of course.
But yeah. So Culber is now starting to have second thought. Like, oh, okay. He mentions I don't want to hurt him.
Yes.
And Cornwell's like, oh, see, already you don't want to hurt him.
Right.
There, that's a thing.
Yeah.
A
great basis for a relationship.
Yeah. Perfect. You're incredibly dysfunctional. Awesome. No. So yeah, I think he's gonna basically fall in love with Stamets again. Like the same things that made him fall in love with Stamets in the first place, he will fall in love with again.
Presumably, or new things. Who knows?
But then maybe Stamets will be like, you know what? I realize I don't love you anymore. It's like, oh no! Oh, that's a really heartbreaking.
At least he's not in a fridge.
No, but yeah, don't fridge him. All right, so there you go. We'll be back for our next episode, and we're also doing the conclusion of Umbrella Academy. So come back for that. All right, everybody. Bye now.